this one broke? Oh, here we go. Beginning of a work week. Monday is here. Halfway done. That's always a plus. XL Primetime ready to crank it out. A Mokama Beer Company Monday. You know, they've got great craft every single day of the week. Coffee every single day. Craft Tuesday through Sunday. Welcome in. We were minus Mia today, but everybody who is enjoying the day off, President's Day, look, you could probably think just for a second who your favorite president is and then enjoy the rest of the day. That's really all you need to do, because they lumped them all together. They said Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt, whoever it might be, you can enjoy the day off. But we're here working, cranking it out. We appreciate you guys. If you have us anywhere, if you're at home, if you're out and about, if you are at work, we'd love to hear from you at 641-1010. Jump in. This is the day after that weekend that we described, Leon, on Friday as ballless. And I meant football, because we had balls out there. Of course, the All-Star game, golf, many other things, college hoops that we will look at. But you understand what I was saying on Friday, a ballless weekend. So if you guys are out there and you picked up a series on Netflix, Hulu, or whatever, you guys can hit the text line, 641-1010, and let us know something that you locked in on. Because Matt Hayes, once he locks in on something, it ain't going away, man. He is in. He is deep.
JJ's intrigued by
He's
what
embedded.
He was on our thread this weekend on whatever he was watching.
I don't know what it
weekend.
was.
It's called Lover, Stalker, Killer.
I mean, my gosh,
What's
man.
wrong with you?
So we went from
It's phenomenal, the story.
okay, but we went from a weekend without football, and people were going to kind of go through some DTs, some delirium tremors, trying to figure out what they were going to do. And he went with name and title again, Matt.
Lover, Stalker, Killer.
Yeah. Okay.
I
so
almost feel like hacker right now. This is like a
You
hacker.
are. That's hackerish.
This is a hacker series, no doubt.
It is.
yeah.
I know.
It has a what do you mean hacker?
So, you know, the slasher killer.
That screams hack to me, sure. But go ahead. I'm not
Well,
following.
so I don't want to give it away because
You just did.
I
with
gave
the
it to you
title.
guys. Yeah, but I don't want to give away the entire city of Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
because the
okay.
title. That's all you.
The title says enough.
I explained it to Leon and
Yeah.
JJ in the pre-show meeting. JJ, does it sound interesting or does it not?
I'm intrigued. I'm usually not for the true crime, that's sort of my wife's thing. But Matt got me with this one. And the last one that Netflix got me with was the Love Has Won, about the cult.
Yes.
And that was
yes.
one of the greatest things I've ever seen. So yeah, if it's trending number one on Netflix, I might watch it on the plane.
All right.
Okay, but again, I haven't heard like you threw hacker into
Okay,
this thing out of like.
so
out of-
Bro, what do you want? Do you want me to like explain what it is? Because I'll explain what it
He's
is.
dating someone, you know, he just got divorced, he's dating someone.
Early 30s.
He decides maybe this isn't for me, I'm gonna see somebody else. It's not that serious. The number two girl.
Have you seen this, JJ?
No, but I.
Oh, okay, all right.
I explained it to him.
Wow. All right.
So I can't spoil it because I haven't seen it. But the
Yeah.
number two girl basically.
Not basically, she sees the number one girl. They pass each other at the guy's place.
All right. So
What's going on?
okay,
What's
again,
one
this
disappears.
is all I'm looking
Number
for.
one girl disappears.
Number one girl disappears, but number one girl continues to harass the guy and number two girl for the next year and a half.
Okay. I asked
text,
basically
email.
She's like stalking.
Right,
she's
like,
stalking and-
through text and whatever.
one who has seen it, one who hasn't seen it is telling me everything. But
Let me
not-
tell you this, there's a
but-
giant twist.
But not answering my very basic question. Leon, I looked at Matt when he said hack. I'm like, what does hack got to do with
Oh,
this?
Hack loves it.
He loves this
Okay,
stuff.
so thank you. Now
Yeah.
at least, I mean, I'm looking at John Party, I'm looking at YouTube, I'm like, I asked one question.
Hack loves serial killers. I don't know if you know that or
Yeah.
not.
I do
He's
know
obsessed
that.
by it.
I do know that, but I was just trying to piece it all together when you said it. Leon, did you, I mean, I was sitting there trying to figure out where they were.
The
Oh, yeah,
last word of that show is lover, stalker, killer.
Uh-huh,
Okay?
uh-huh.
That's all I need to say about
Okay,
anything
so
else.
now I'm pulling it together, because Blue and Hacker, one fell from the other, I guess, I don't know, but they do love that. So that's what you're saying, it's the serial killer part of it.
Where's
I'll
the
tell you
intrigue?
what.
Where's the surprise? It's telling you basically what the whole show is about. Now, unlike that, Lover, Stalker, Killer, I'm watching Netflix, a show called Warrior. All right, it's called Warrior. All right, it's 1878. Migrants from China come over to build San Francisco.
Yeah.
This guy who's a martial arts guy comes over. His sister came about 2 years earlier. He's coming over here to bring her back to China. Come to find out, he finds out his sister is a mob boss, and she's in the opium business. So she keeps trouble going on, and she's a killer. She's slicing and dicing people.
Oh, see, I do.
And he has no idea that his sister is a mob boss.
Oh, okay. And so I haven't seen too many shows where there's a female mob boss. That's a different little
A nice
angle
little
to it.
twist.
Yeah.
And it's got some nice action in it. The guy that's in there, man, he's a martial arts.
Netflix series.
Netflix series.
Like
I'm in season 1 right now. I've gone through 4 episodes.
Okay, all right, and you like it.
I love
So
it.
that's the stamp.
There it is.
Okay, because you said leading up to the show that you were forced to watch some sports that you
I
may or may
was.
not have ever
Yeah, you know,
subscribed to watch.
I mean, listen, this is the first week without football, all right? So I had to find something to do with my Sundays. Woke up and watched Warrior, and then I said, let me turn on some ball. So I forced myself to watch some basketball. And I don't really start watching basketball until the football season's over with. So I'm watching Purdue, Ohio State.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, as soon as
It was.
the guy gets canned up at Ohio State,
Yeah.
interim coach comes in and they pick
It was an
up.
upset. It was an absolute upset.
The
Ohio
Boilermakers.
State Boilermakers lost by 2 points in there. And then I watched, South Carolina versus Georgia's women basketball. That was actually a decent game. South Carolina beat them by 14. So
Yeah,
I
I
forced
missed that
myself.
one for some reason. I don't know what
I
happened.
forced myself. And then I watched a little bit of the Genesis Invitational.
Yeah.
Tigerless, but I still watched
I'm
it.
gonna tell you something, Hideki, very, very impressive. Very impressive what he was able to do. He came from 6 shots back to win that. And so, yeah, I was loving it. And there were plenty of other big names up there as well. Tiger, flu-like symptoms.
Yeah.
So he pulls out on Friday, and then they basically go do the flu test, and he says, yep, influenza. I don't know if it was bad golf along with influenza, I have no idea. But there is one positive that you could take out of Tiger withdrawing from the Genesis Invitational on Friday, is that we really didn't get to see the whole 4 days of possibilities for Tiger. Like, is he turning the corner? Can he play once a month? All that type of stuff, which, believe it or not, we were talking in our thread leading, when I shot y'all guys the note and said Tiger just withdrew, and we're like, okay, that takes the players out of the equation. It might actually put him back in the equation. He only played 24 holes. So he may really want to try and get back in competition. So that's my fingers crossed strategy as far as looking ahead and seeing if he might still want to come to TPC Sawgrass and see if he can put 4 days of golf
So
together.
you believe it was a cold?
Well, it's funny because
His back spasms, which were earlier in the day.
Yeah.
He's also just a renowned quitter.
he's
Quits all the
renowned.
time when it's not going well.
Yeah, but, all right, it's so funny. This is when I bow up against JJ here because,
He does.
okay, name how many times he's quit.
I mean, I don't know golf enough
A
to
few.
know
I'm
exactly.
gonna say
but it's
few.
At least, yeah,
Yeah,
3.
yeah, I'm gonna say
Which,
few.
And other golfers I've seen quit
Yeah.
0 times.
Yeah, well, let's see, Jordan Spieth double bogeyed 18, wasn't feeling well, and
Signed the wrong
somehow
scorecard.
mysteriously signed an incorrect scorecard.
So you
Is
think
he a quitter?
I didn't say that.
No,
You
I'm just
said it.
asking. In other
I
words,
know that Tiger is.
I looked at Tiger, when he was on his roll, he made more cuts in a row than anybody else in the history of the game has. And you just said he's a quitter. He's a notorious quitter.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. That cracks me up. But
Well,
anyway,
hasn't he quit multiple times in the middle of tournaments when things haven't been going well for him?
yeah,
though? Like,
yeah. If you say multiple, like on one hand, yeah, you
Okay.
are right there. That doesn't make. Anyway, that's
sorry.
no. I'm just saying it makes me laugh. I guess is whenever I hear it because I think to myself, he's played in just gobs and gobs of events from '97 to 2024, and he's maybe pulled out of 5-6 tournaments, and he's a notorious quitter. I mean, that does make me
Most
laugh.
golfers don't just withdraw in the middle of tournaments.
Yeah, and this guy's trying to come back from how many surgeries? Yeah,
So do you think it was health or, a cold or what?
I think you might be taking this a little bit too personally. bro.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
A little
no.
bit.
Hey, listen, I just laugh. I'm not even a Tiger defender.
He's definitely quit some tournaments. There's no doubt
Again,
about that.
all right, so I'll go from JJ to Matt. Name
I don't
them.
know how many, but we've obviously all seen him quit tournaments.
I guess my point is that
Hell, he's earned the quick tournaments.
yeah,
I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm not disagreeing at all.
Like taking a personal Tiger, that's what he does, man. Like when things aren't going great, he's definitely stopped playing multiple times over the years. And like, yeah, when he was making 97 cuts in a row, obviously he wasn't quitting.
Yeah. Anyway, I certainly don't want to be defensive about it because I wanted to see him play, and then when I did hear the back spasms, I guess I'm not surprised if he does pull out of anything now because of the massive number of surgeries that he's had, and he wants to play at a high level.
That's like saying a Picasso's an ugly painting.
I do laugh when we're saying I bet.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think there's any, look, it's not like I'm saying
That's all I'm saying.
it's not like I'm saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying he definitely has quit numerous times. That's all.
Right. Like I laugh because I just think numerous is like numerous could be.
I'm a
5
Tiger
or-
defender. Here I am. I'm a Tiger defender. Call me what you want.
Yeah, it could be 5 or 500. Numerous is certainly a vague
I
term.
do that too.
Yeah. But the bad thing is that he had come out and he had played, I think, 1 over golf on day 1, I think, and he was already a couple shots over par. And so, yes, it's funny how someone kind of gets the book on them, that they're one of those types of people. And I think we've just seen quitters in other forms. And I think I would never put Tiger and quitter in the same sentence more than I'd put 1,000 other adjectives to describe them. That's my only thought. But
I don't disagree with that, but you could definitely put quitter, and there's one of them.
yeah, well, I guess. I mean, if you guys, I give you the next 3 hours, you're going to come up with 6 times he's pulled out.
He's just being an adjective.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
all he is. He's just being an adjective. He's enjoying this far too much.
You're going to be able to come up with a half dozen times, and I'll give you from now until 3 o'clock, and let's see how many more.
Because you know we will.
Yeah.
You know JJ and I will go over like
I don't
every
care
freaking
enough
tournament.
to like, I wasn't making a anti-Tiger statement, honestly. I thought we all had agreed that that's what he does.
Right. Well,
He's done that.
my opinion of it is that I have seen him do it where I agree with you guys 100%. Where I'm like, oh man, his game wasn't good enough. He said, immediately the back hurts or whatever. But it's been so few and far between is the only reason why I push back.
Well, he's also earned the right to, man. He's the
Yeah.
greatest player ever.
That's
Well,
what I'm saying. I don't
quit
care
whenever he
that
wants.
he
I don't
does
care
it. Trust
either.
me, I don't care
Right.
at all
I
that
don't
he
either.
does it. I'm just saying, I sorry. I thought that was just a thing that we all sort of knew about Tiger at the back half of his career.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping, and again, this is just me trying to be on the glass half full side, is that he didn't get to see all of his game, and so he might look at TPC Sawgrass, where he has
Right.
won before, can put himself back in competition a month before
Of course, we would
Augusta.
all love that.
That's
Yeah.
that's
And so
what's
we'll see.
important.
I
That's
just don't know if he had a cold halfway through the tournament
Well, he
and
had,
gave up because he had a cold.
well, no, like you guys can hear me, I've got a little bit of a cold now. I had a butt bad weekend, maybe that's why I'm cranky, but he had, he was throwing up and all that type of stuff, so.
Yeah.
And I didn't know whether it was bad sushi down in LA or something like that, because it looked like between him and Jordan
But
Spieth,
let's
they,
say he's T3.
They
you know,
were-
like, is he gonna give up because he's sick?
no, I don't know. He was doubled over in pain, and again, Tiger Woods can be dramatic. I think we all know that, and so I
got a
don't
little
know.
LeBron in him, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So there's the other quitter. Yeah, there's the other quitter in
Well,
Matt's
we're
world.
coming next with that one, don't
Yeah,
worry. That's
exactly.
coming.
So now we have 2 quitters on the list.
Don't you
Tiger
worry,
and
that's
LeBron.
coming, okay?
Yeah.
That whole 50-50 whether I want to be fed or not, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna enjoy that headline. I knew
That's,
it.
believe me, we're getting into that.
Okay, all right, we easily can, but it just does, it makes me, it amuses me, it does. Now, LeBron and the NBA All-Stars, who watched it, raise your hand, who watched it, you guys are on YouTube, you can go find us there at 1010XL, who watched the NBA All-Star game? Definitely throw a comment on YouTube if you want. $200 points? 200 points?
300 total.
And look, I saw some great shot making. I definitely saw some craziness from it. But listen to this: the 211 points scored by the East is the second most ever. We have to remind ourselves by an NBA or NCAA team in a game, regular season, postseason, or All-Star. The most was by Troy, a Division II school at the time, 258 to 141 over Devry, and it was 1992. I had no idea that had ever happened. Some team had scored over 211 points. I don't care to fix the NBA All-Star game. How about that, Leon? I don't. it-
Well,
it's
I mean,
just- it is what it is
but
now.
you've got to work hard to be that defenseless. You got to actually.
You gotta
put in
literally
work.
stand still.
Exactly, you got to literally stand. That's the reason why I don't watch the Pro Bowl, because I mean, it's no competition. I mean, the NBA All-Star game is no different. They let each guy run up and down the court, alley oops, and take shots all you want. No defend, no pick and roll, no. Everybody whoever gets in the paint, just gonna dunk. I mean, everybody's getting in the paint. I don't enjoy the non-competition in the All-Star game. That's just me.
All right, so here's the question. Would you, like, I feel like we still need to see some type of all-star setting for the NBA
Yeah.
and for the NFL.
I mean, if
Those-
they're gonna compete,
Yeah, those are the two that we make the most.
I mean, I enjoyed the weekend before with the three-point shot, the three-point, I watched that. I watched the three-point shooting contest. I saw the slam dunk contest. I mean, those guys are actually competing. When they get to the actual game, everybody's laying up,
Yeah.
shooting layups. I mean, I guess that's what people want. They don't want to see you compete. They want to be entertained. Are you entertained?
Right, yeah. Are you not?
Are
And
you not
so,
entertained?
I don't know that there is a quick fix. I don't really, like I said, I don't care enough to try and fix it, but I've almost resigned myself to the Pro Bowl is now going to be a gathering of Pro Bowl worthy players.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to show up and they're going to put together whatever skills challenge they decide that they're going to do, and they are no longer ever going to play a game. Do you think they'll ever play a Pro
No,
Bowl
they-
game again? I
no,
don't think
no.
so. And at the very least, it gives fans a chance to see them up close, see them in a good mood, which is okay, because heck, it's harder and harder to get these guys to come to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Now, the NBA All-Star Game, also circus atmosphere, everybody shows up. Steph versus Sabrina, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I liked watching that. McClung with his circus act again. You guys think he should have been the slam dunk champion? Did you watch all of it? Because
I didn't watch
heck,
all.
Jaylen Brown and
Yeah. I didn't watch all of it, but I saw enough to where, yeah, he kind of. I mean, last year he was a little bit more spectacular. He
Right.
took the NBA by storm by some of the dunks he was doing. Some of the stuff he was doing now was kind of repetitive to what we saw last year, but more than deserving to
you
win
go
the
over the top of Shaq and dunk.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
Yeah, that is impressive. That's for sure. So anyway, if you got a fix, you can throw it our way. But more than anything else, it is what it is. That's for sure. All right, let's get into some Jaguar football, free agent talk. I looked at these numbers earlier today, and everyone's trying to figure out what's going to happen with the quarterback derby, what's going to happen at the top of the draft. And Trevor Lawrence definitely has been one of the guys that, if you're looking around in the National Football League, you're saying, okay, who's got to get better from last year to this year? And what do we normally do? We gravitate to the quarterback position. So he falls on a list, unfortunately. Answer yes or no. Does he fall on a list of quarterbacks in the National Football League coming out of 2023 that need to play better? Does he fall on that list?
Trevor?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that criticism, right?
No.
Leon?
No, absolutely. He definitely. I mean, I was saying this last week. You don't let you be the problem, especially in the offseason.
Right.
I mean, there's only one team held up to Lombardi, so I mean, it's 31 of the teams that got to get better. This team's got to get better, and it starts at the quarterback position. Absolutely, Trevor's got. He's got to stop turning over the ball for one. That's one thing, and then he's got to know the difference between being hurt and being injured. He's got to make that determination, because if you're injured
Yeah.
and you're playing, you're hurting the team.
Right. And so you're thinking he did sit down one game, but that
Yeah.
was only because of the concussion.
Concussion,
You
absolutely.
think he might have even needed to?
He probably maybe need to sit down at least 2 or 3 games, baby.
Well, I tell you what, I love the toughness part of it.
I love it too.
I
But here's the thing. I love the toughness part of it too. You got to make, like you said, you got to make that determination. If you hurt the injury, if you're injured and you step out on the field and you're not performing at your best,
Right.
we can't make excuses for you. Once you step out on your field, and we saw Trevor in a couple of games where, he looked okay, and then you question it when you lose games. You question Trevor even more when you lose games. Hey, should he have been out there? Did he cost the team?
Right.
All that kind of stuff. So he allowed us to put him in question when he's going out there not performing well when we thought he may have been injured.
And Matt, I don't think there is any question that there were multiple things you could point to that led to those losses, that led to 5 of the last 6, starting in December, where this team was on the
of
wrong
course.
side of it, that they suffered the L instead of the dub. And so he was part of the problem, but he wasn't always the main problem.
No, he wasn't. But whether it's fair or not, when you are the quarterback,
Oh, yeah.
when you are a franchise quarterback that you're building a team around, you're going to be the number one guy, both the good and the bad.
Mhm.
And he knows that. Everybody knows that. So it wasn't all on him. They protected poorly for majority of the season. They had injuries at receiver. That guy's still dropping passes. Calvin Ridley's running the wrong route. Yeah, there were problems.
Mhm.
But if you're an elite QB, you lift the level of play of others around you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just not sure that he did that. It doesn't mean he won't in the future. Doesn't mean he can't be an elite quarterback in the NFL. All I'm saying is he did not play well. Did not play. I can guarantee you this. He did not play to his own standard this year. I can guarantee
Yeah,
you.
I agree with you. And so I want to go through at the very least where we are as far as players at that position that, and I'm not going to say that Josh Allen needs to take a major step forward or even Tua for the way he played. But let's at least go through the quarterbacks and see the ones that have, let's just say, a C or below. And I don't know exactly where I'd put Trevor's grade at right now. But I think he knows in his football heart that he's got to play better. He's got to be able to deliver more for his football team. So let's get into that coming up. So listen to these numbers with Justin Fields. And this is a guy that's obviously fighting. He was a top 10 pick trying to figure out whether or not the Chicago Bears are going to move forward with him. All right? Completion percentage, 28. Yards per dropback, 22nd. Total QBR, 23rd. Sacks, 26th. Off-target throw percentage, 27th. Now, these are metrics. None of them are good. Those are basically all in the bottom third, the bottom fourth, however you want to describe it. And they're obviously talking about dealing him out of town. See if we can scrape together some of the numbers of where Trevor was at and where he belongs in this conversation. We came into offseason last year thinking not only was he at the top half of the National Football League, but he might be top 10 in quarterback play. Now where are you putting him? Now where are you putting him?
I mean, we came into last year thinking that this team could compete with the Chiefs in the AFC. That's where we were. That's where we were. I mean, come on now. That's where we were last year. I mean, what we lose to the Chiefs? 26-20?
No.
In the divisional round?
Yeah,
In
I
the
got
divisional
you.
round?
Yeah.
In the divisional round, we lost to them by, I think it was 26-20. And then we came away from that game. Trevor was at the tunnel giving everybody handshakes and stuff like that. I mean, we'll be back, we'll be back. Oh, look how far, look how long and far that was.
Yeah, and remember now, this team was a one-score game
Yeah.
here, and so they still felt like they were competing with them because it was a 17-9 game. And so where will he be able to take this team next year as far as, let's just look at these quarterbacks going forward. Like I said, I'll repeat it, bore you to death saying it over and over. He ain't the only problem, but he does need to have an uptick in performance. He does, that's for sure. Mokama Beer Company, they bring you Mondays right here on XL Primetime. Craft coffee, that's right. They craft their own coffee every single day. You can enjoy, head on into the tap room. They've got everything set up for you to just hang out and enjoy a good cup of coffee and just sit there. You can have a little meeting. You can just go and work by yourself, whatever it might be. And then Craft served Tuesday through Sunday in the beautiful tap room on South 8th Street in Fernandina, and then don't forget their Wildlight location. So they got two of them up in Nassau County, or you can find them on the shelves at Total or ABC. Some good craft from Mokama Beer Company.